Hi, this is Jeannie, and this is So You Think You Can Write. So I've been promising to update this podcast, but I've been really busy at work, and it's really toxic. The workload was toxic for last month, and right now it's winding down. And I've been traveling a lot too, out of town and stuff. So yeah, I'm focusing now on braiding, and then I'm gonna go back to podcasting again and just writing, vlogging, blogging, and podcasting. But yeah, it's been a journey. So I learned so much since I published my first book. You can check it out. By the way, I'll throw in the link here later. I learned a lot about self-publishing in the past few weeks, that it's not just about finishing the book. I thought that, I'm just going to finish the book, get it out there, and I'm going to be okay. But apparently, I just found out that marketing plays a good part, or a large chunk. So you write your story, you finish it, and then you market it. And it's actually, based on my experience so far, it's actually 50% of the work you have to market your book. And so far, I've had a couple of buyers for my first book, and I made like a free giveaway. It's like a learning curve. I had to learn how to use MailerLite, which I've never used before, and then BookFunnel, and then just publishing or marketing it on my social media, which hasn't really been that effective because most of my social media is outside of the US, so it's kind of been a little fussy. So I might work on my website too, because I set it up, but then there's like issues with it, which is really annoying. So it's a learning curve, and tonight I have like a couple hours to write my book, the second part of my book. And I'm actually lagging because I finished outlining, I think 3 books so far, like just short novels, like romantic comedy novels, and they're all done in my head. I just have to write them down, but then I have to write the second part of my book, which is Love in the Time of the Trump Era. And you can also check out the podcast that I made, which is sort of like a teaser for what's in the book. And then you can buy the book on Kindle Unlimited. It's for free. Oh no, you don't buy it. You subscribe to Kindle Unlimited and it's free. And if you want to buy it, it's 99 cents for now. But then I think sometime maybe in October I'm gonna raise it to $2.99. So I don't know yet. But yeah, so it's been a learning curve, and I'm learning so much, and I'm just juggling like with work, with home life, and traveling, and it's been crazy for maybe the past 4 to 6 weeks. And that's why I've been remiss on podcasting and vlogging, and it's just really stressful. And the workload was just crazy. Like maybe 2 weeks ago even, it winded down. But yeah, it's been like an adventure, and hopefully you'll join me on this adventure as you learn with me. And if you want to go into self-publishing as well, you can learn a tip or two from me. And I don't know if I want to make this into like a YouTube site as well. With my other podcast, it's like a YouTube page plus, it's a YouTube channel plus a podcast. But then it's editing the video takes so much time. So maybe this one will just be podcast alone. But I'm going to think about it, if I have more time, definitely. Hopefully I'll have more time in November. I don't know yet because I'll be traveling a lot too. So yeah, as I mentioned, self-publishing, it's not easy. It really is not. You write a book and you finish it, And that's not the end of the journey. You have to market it, because if no one knows it exists, no one's going to read it. And if you don't market it, no one will know that it exists and no one will read it. So it's like I'm in a catch-22 situation right now, because like they say that having a mailing list will really increase your readership or your audience or something. But because I'm new, so I don't have a newsletter or a mailing list, and therefore I can't swap with people. Apparently writers swap newsletters or emails or something. It's called a newsletter swap, and I joined one in BookFunnel, but no one would let me join because I'm not an established writer. So people want to exchange 500 emails or something, and I was like, where am I going to get 500 emails? I just started. So it's a catch-22 situation that you need an email list, but then you can't join a newsletter or an email swap because you don't have emails yet. So that's going to be challenging. So that's why I'm putting it out here on the podcast. I noticed that I think I've had on my other podcast, on my other channel, I think it was like I had like 100 downloads, but I didn't finish the book by then. And so that was a missed opportunity because no one was able to download my book. So now I'm like, okay, I'm learning now, and like, oh, I have to make the podcast, put it out there, and hopefully someone can hear this and then like check out my book. So I will provide an excerpt on my book, or just a link so that you can listen to what it's all about, because it's about the effects of politics on relationships, or if you can really be in a relationship with someone who doesn't share your same political values. So in the world of polarity right now, so it's really a really polarized world, especially in the US. So that's part of the premise of the book, but it's a romantic comedy based on real life, but then at the same time, like, they're fictional characters, but they're set in the real events. Like right now it's set in 2016. The book is set in the pre-election and then the election, and then the ending of the book, I don't know yet what the ending is, so it will be determined, the ending of the book will be determined by the results of the 2020 election. So that's gonna be cool, I think. So yeah, anyway, I have to finish it because one of my friends read it and she loved it, and she's like, oh, where's the second book? And I said, oh my god, like, I'm so tired at work. I work full time, and I'm a healthcare worker, so that takes a lot of my time. Plus I join classes and seminars, and right now I just signed up for a life coach, and then I have another life coach, so it's really, and then I have a book coach too. So it's like juggling, and then it's just, one step at a time. I guess I just have to do things when I can, what I can at this moment. So if you're into self-publishing, just know this is the biggest lesson, or as they say, that word takeaway. The biggest takeaway is that it's not all about just finishing your book and putting it out there. You also have to market it, and that's something that I'm learning right now. Hopefully you will listen to this one and like you will find this informative, and do check out my book. And I'm just going to send the links on the description page. And this podcast will be available on iTunes once I've accumulated at least 3 episodes or something, and which I have, I think. So I'm going to put this out there too. So hope this finds you. And if you like this podcast, just subscribe and leave a 5-star review, or check out my books. And just continue on this journey with me, and I'll be updating my other podcasts as well. I have a movie podcast and a blog and a vlog. Yeah, it's a lot, but I do what I can with the time that I have. And now I have to submit this, and I have to write my book. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.